Why are we always matching?
I don't know. The vibe is similar, but I like it because I was going to text you and be like, "What vibe?
I know.
Are you going for it?" Because it's like, is it a nice sweater? Is it because my husband is traveling for work.
Yeah.
My husband, you know his name. His name is Tyler.
Yes.
I don't know what I'm saying. Basically, he's been gone for 2 hours, and I'm already wearing his favorite shirt.
That feels appropriate. That feels appropriate. We look like Eagles fans.
Oh my God, we do. Oh, sorry to the Chiefs.
Sorry to the Chiefs.
We'll get into that.
We'll get into it.
All right, let's see how this sounded.
Yeah. Hi, Charlotte. Madeline, hello.
New one.
I wasn't ready.
I know. It just came to me. I didn't even plan that.
I could tell you didn't plan it.
Why? Because of how proud of myself I was after I said it?
I loved it.
Thank you.
You switch it up.
Thank you.
Surprised me
so much.
We're back.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Here we are again.
Like clockwork. I have to say, I do not know I feel like I'm not firing on all cylinders, but I'm feeling a little goofy.
I'm feeling a little goofy. I said this before we started recording, but I took my migraine medication. Shout out to the migraine gals out there.
We out here.
We out here. So if I seem a little off kilter today, it's probably because I'm jacked on my prescription migraine medication.
Hell yeah. And I am just on my normal cocktail of anxiety meds. So we are cruising. Okay. Should we talk about sports and gossip?
Let's talk about some sports and gossip.
We have some good stuff today.
We do. Obviously, I think the biggest story on our minds is the Super Bowl.
Oh, I was going to try to think of something funny.
Oh.
Like the biggest story is Bill Belichick's girlfriend. Yeah, the Super Bowl matchup set.
Super Bowl matchup set. Chiefs Eagles.
A repeat.
I
don't think most people are excited about this, but I personally am excited about
I
this.
am so excited, and I know Roger Goodell is very excited.
I think he's
I feel like he had a prayer circle going.
A seance
during the Chiefs-Bills game to be like, the Chiefs have to win because Taylor Swift needs to attend the Super Bowl.
So here's the thing. Watching Bills Chiefs, I found myself rooting for the Bills like passionately.
Yeah.
Like there was I feel like sometimes if my team isn't in it, I'm not sure who I'm going to want to win until I'm watching the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I want Josh to make it. Josh Allen, quarterback, make it to a Super Bowl so badly. And then they lost, and I had two emotions. One, I was like devastated for a second, and I was like, oh no, this is how anybody who played the Patriots from 2000 to 2020 felt. And I was on the other side just being like, woo, let's do it again. And so I said to my husband, I was like, I feel like I owe you an apology if this is what it's felt like. And then, Madeline, I was quickly like, wait a second. We host a show called The Sports Gossip Show.
We do.
Taylor Swift being at the Super Bowl is the best thing content-wise that could ever happen to us. And then I wasn't as sad.
Yeah, I felt a little sad for the Bills as we talked about my familial connection to the Bills. But, I think for the show, it's better for the Chiefs to be in the Super Bowl.
And you know what they say?
What?
Content is king.
It is king. Or queen.
Content is queen. Do they say that even?
I don't think anyone says that.
No one's ever
We say it.
We say it. As I say, content is Taylor Swift. Speaking of.
Anyways.
What did you... So she shows up. Does her tunnel fit walk. She's wearing not what I expected. At all.
Not what I expected. She's wearing a Louis Vuitton sweatshirt and Louis Vuitton gloves and a Louis Vuitton beanie.
Yeah. And
we're so in sync today. And she's wearing a skirt that someone on Twitter pointed out. I mean, again, can't really confirm this. Did we fact check it? No, but it looks similar.
How could we, though?
It looks like the same skirt that she wore to last year's AFC Championship.
It does. It looks exactly the same. And last year she wore it with tights. And last year she also wore a sweater.
Yeah.
The Louis Vuitton, it looked like a knit.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel like she's superstitious. She's like, okay, we're going to do something. Although the hat threw me off because I was like, if I were superstitious enough to wear the same skirt,
yeah,
I would probably not add a hat to the situation if I hadn't had one the year before.
No, I feel like that's certainly a choice. Also, wearing a beanie indoors because she's in like a plexiglass suite. Mm-hmm. She's not like out dealing with the elements. I would get too hot.
I get hot.
We run hot.
I get cold and then I get hot. I am never the correct temperature.
We have poor circulation on the sports gossip show.
Is that what that is?
Definitely poor circulation.
You know, my doctor told me I should wear compression socks.
I mean, I wear compression socks. I wear compression socks on the plane, but I don't wear them out in public.
I wear them on the plane too. She was also like, you should wear them every day.
What?
Yeah, I get lightheaded all the time. You get lightheaded. Yes. So and you know what she told me?
What?
She said calves are the heart of the lower body.
I've never heard that, but I believe your doctor.
She's very smart and expensive, so I trust her.
Because everything that's expensive should be trusted. No, I'm just kidding. Trust your doctor. Trust your doctors. Listen to your doctors.
Only if they've earned it.
Yeah, true.
My doctor's earned it. Yeah, so compression socks. I don't know where.
Oh no, you're saying that I'm impressed that Taylor Swift can wear a beanie indoors. I get too hot. I feel like claustrophobic. I can barely wear a puffer coat on the train without getting claustrophobic.
Same. And then you get hot and like you feel like you're going to pass out.
Correct.
And she had a lot of wool on and tights.
Yeah. Yes.
Although I guess they were sort of sheer tights, so maybe the less warmth on the bottom made it possible for her to have the hat on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Taylor Swift went down to the field.
Yeah,
after the game.
I love.
It sort of never ceases to amaze me because she doesn't feel like a real person. Like she's this myth, but she also is a real person,
right?
Obviously,
yeah.
And she's just down there with Travis Kelce's mom, Donna, and Patrick Mahomes' wife, Brittany, and they're there on the field. And I have two observations that I've been excited to share with you.
Tell me.
So I saw this video of Taylor on the field, taken from the perspective of someone who's like standing. She's looking at the stage where they're presenting.
I know what you're going to say. I think. Keep going.
What?
No, I know what you're going to say.
Okay.
I think.
Well, so I'm watching this video. And she's hugging Brittany, talking to Brittany, who is quarterback Patrick Mahomes' wife. They're chatting, and then she involves Donna. She sees Travis's mom standing there not being talked to. And she said to Donna, I texted Brittany, I was so nervous. Like she's bringing her into and Taylor Swift knows how to behave.
She knows how to behave.
Taylor Swift knows how to... She's so socially intelligent, even as the biggest pop star on the planet. She knows, like, hey, this person seems like I should include them. I need to make this person feel special. I need to do that. I need to make sure I don't seem like a diva. She is so clued in to how to act. And there is no place that is more clear than on the football field when her boyfriend is winning.
I think you're 100% correct. It's like the ultimate media training. Like Taylor Swift got life training.
Yes.
Or something to be able to know all the different nuances of people's relationships. If like Donna can't hear or like she doesn't feel like she's involved in the conversation, she's like, clock that. I need to involve her as like girlfriend training.
Yes.
Or like, oh, my friend doesn't seem to be having a good time. Let me go over and like ask if she wants a drink or like whatever, not on the field, but just in general. Yeah, Taylor Swift has the ultimate life training.
And I think that is an underrated skill. I think she has good manners.
Yeah.
Some people underestimate how behaving well in terms of like clocking what everybody else is feeling, how far that can get you.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That can get you, that can make you the biggest pop star in the world.
It made her the biggest pop star in the world for a reason.
The second thing that I would like to say about this is, did you see when Travis took the mic and what did he say?
That's what I thought you were going to say.
What did he say?
He just said Travis things.
He was like, we're going to party, baby.
Yeah, and he was like, shabba-dabba-dabba-da. Like it reminds me of like something that Fred Flintstone would, what is it? Yabba-dabba-doo.
Is that Fred Flintstone? Or is that the bear? Yogi Bear. Is that the same cartoon?
Wait, I don't know.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Someone will correct us. But no, and I love that Taylor Swift was looking onward at her silly little boyfriend up there, just kind of being himself.
I think she said something like the camera panned to her and she did say it was the vibe that I got of her watching him was as soon as he said his yabba dabba doo thing, she just goes, And there it is.
Yeah.
Yep. And I would like to say Taylor Swift, they might not officially be married. They could. We don't know.
We don't know.
She went from girlfriend last year, gazing adoringly, being like, I'm so proud, to wife.
Yes.
Wife is when you go, and there it is. Okay. All right. Good job, sweetheart. So proud of you.
Yeah, it's like she's not rolling her eyes, but like she's
not
internally
rolling her eyes.
She's rolling her eyes
Yeah.
internally.
It's really good.
Yeah. No, they are very much like an old married couple, I feel like.
Yeah.
The other funny thing I saw, I don't know, again, didn't fact check this, saw it on the internet.
Because it's a podcast and you don't have to legally.
It looked like Donna Kelsey and Andrea Swift, Taylor Swift's mom, were married. Speaking of married, they were wearing almost matching, or they were matching scarves.
Really?
Yes. They're like these red and black scarves. And I don't know if they were just both wearing, I'll pull them up. Again, we're doing this ourselves.
No. I think you're right.
You can Google it.
I think that they're matching scarves.
They're red and black scarves.
Chief scarves.
Yeah, they look similar.
Yeah, I think that's the same scarf.
I think they're the same pattern,
Also,
which I love.
Also, spiritually, Donna Kelsey and Taylor Swift's mom, Andrea Swift, have the same energy.
Same energy.
Can't explain it.
Can't explain it.
But it's like
it's mom energy, big mom energy.
Mom energy, but also like mom of a famous person, don't mess with me energy.
Yes. Don't mess with me. Anyways, yeah, congrats to Taylor Swift. Incredible. Another Super Bowl. Congrats to the Chiefs.
Congrats to us. Oh,
congrats.
Can I say one more thing? Sorry, I have a lot to get off my chest today.
Oh, yeah, go.
People are like, I hate the Chiefs. I'm so sick of this dynasty. I'm so sick of Chiefs Eagles. I don't want this again. And I actually, respectfully, I hear you. I disagree. I think 80% of sports fandom is misery.
Yeah.
Is being miserable.
Yeah.
And enjoying it. And feeling self-righteous in your misery. What better way to feel miserable than watching a team that isn't yours win over and over and over again? I think people say they hate dynasties.
Yeah.
But they actually don't, because they love to hate them more than they realize.
Yeah, and I actually think that people want to watch the dynasty because it's better television.
It's way better television.
Like them
winning.
You know
the characters.
Yeah, like the chance of them winning, like there's a possibility that they could win a third Super Bowl in a row, which has never happened.
Right.
Is incredible television.
Unbelievable. The stakes couldn't be higher.
So people complaining. It's good TV.
Yeah.
It's good TV.
Also, like, you're allowed to complain. You're allowed to hate it. But I would just argue that you don't as much.
You don't hate it as much as you say you do.
You hate it. You love hating it.
Yeah, love to hate. Hate watch. To hate watch. To hate watch. Yeah.
Which is what all social media is pretty much anyway.
True.
Unless, if you're watching this on social media, we hope you love us.
Like and subscribe.
But even if you're mad about this, like, that's good television too. So we're just proving our point.
Yeah, that's true. We are.
Okay, those are my soapboxes.
Yeah, and also on the other side of the coin, of the coin toss. Poor Josh Allen. Oh. We're not going to get a Haley Steinfeld Super Bowl spotting. It's okay.
We didn't see her at the AFC.
She wasn't at the game, I don't think. I don't see her.
A few people from Buffalo have messaged us and been like, she makes it a point not to be shown.
Which, fair.
Respect
enough.
it.
Respect it. But
kind of a bummer if you host a show called the Sports Gossip Show.
So, Haley, if you're listening, do it for us.
Yeah,
next
do
season.
it for the.
Just kidding. Do whatever you want.
Do it for the pod.
Do it for the pod.
I have to say, Josh Allen's sad post-game press conferences, because he keeps losing to the Chief.
Yeah.
Chiefs. The Chief. the Chief.
Yeah.
In the
one guy.
postseason.
I mean, he is kind of losing just to Patrick Mahomes.
Isn't that a bummer?
I guess that would suck. That would suck.
He looks so sad. Sad to the point where I'm like, ugh. And Josh Allen has the face of someone who is like the puppy dog sadness.
Yeah, he does. Poor guy. He'll be fine. Listen, he'll be fine. He'll get married to Haley Steinfeld. I'm sure the wedding will be in vogue. It'll be planned by Mindy Weiss. If you know, you know.
Can you remind me who she is?
She is like the ultimate celebrity wedding planner. She's done every big celebrity wedding. Huh. She's done it. And if you Google her, I can't even name the weddings right now, but pretty much all the big celebrity weddings.
How many do you think she's got planning at once?
I don't know. Probably a lot. That
would stress me out so much.
Oh my God, I know.
I am not built for that life.
No, I could not be a wedding planner. I could barely have my own wedding.
Yeah, I had 10 people at my wedding because I was like, this is hard.
I mean, I got married in the driveway.
Yeah, exactly.
No Mindy Weiss.
No Mindy Weiss. No.
But keep at it.
Yeah,
keep at it.
But good stuff.
Good stuff. The NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Commanders lost with a rookie quarterback. Very sad.
Very sad. He did a great job, though.
He did a great job.
Commanders.
He did amazing, sweetie.
He did amazing, sweetie. They had the best season that they've had since 2005.
Yeah.
And we talked about this with friend of the pod, Mina Kimes, last week, where she said that owner Dan Snyder has to just be hating the success of the Commanders because he was forced to sell the team because he was a horrible owner in person. And then immediately they have success. And there was an article on ESPN by Don Van Natta and Seth Wickersham. Shout out to you guys.
Shout out.
Saying that Dan Snyder does hate it. And that's nice.
I love that they did like an investigative piece on the gossip. Which
yes!
I loved. I love that. Thank you, ESPN. That was great.
They did.
And
they called up his friends and were like, which of you are going to talk shit about your friend? And they were like, all of us.
All of us. Let's all do it. They didn't even need like an XOXO gossip girl. They had the gossip guys.
The gossip guys. Which you could argue most of sports media is gossip guys.
It's gossip guys.
And you can own it or you can run from it, but
just admit it.
Jaden Daniels, he did say so at the end, at the press conference after they lost, he looked like
and Jaden Daniels is
quarterback for the Commanders.
Yeah, thank you.
Rookie. He looked like he was sort of crying or like half crying or like his voice would catch. And he said, I don't ever want to feel like this again, which I think if you are a fan of a team in the NFC that is not the Commanders, you should be terrified of this man because he seemed like he meant it.
He's ready for revenge.
He's not going to lose.
Oh, no. I mean, the fact as a rookie he made it to the NFC Championship and he lost, but it's okay. It's incredible.
Insane.
Incredible performance.
And he was, I'm always impressed when people, because it's talent, yes, but it's also poise. It's like being able to handle those big moments.
Yeah, right.
As a 22, 3, 4, he's not older than 24.
No.
I'll tell you that much.
No.
Don't know how old he is.
No.
I could Google it.
Playing in the NFC Championship as a rookie quarterback is the equivalent in a job of when it's your first job out of college and the CMO for whatever reason is like, you're going to do the big quarterly presentation.
Is it like that?
I think so. And you just have to do it. You got to do it.
And you crush it.
Even though they lost and you don't get a promotion at your job because of the presentation.
You get to keep your job, though.
You get to keep your job, and you get a lot of street cred.
And you are probably on Forbes 30 under 30.
There you go.
Yeah, which I can't.
Never was on that.
Nope, me neither. Still time for 40 under 40, though.
Still time, Forbes.
If you know what I'm saying.
Someone nominate us.
Don't even know if they do that.
I think they do, but it feels...
But it's like...
But you know, on the Forbes, wait, I just have to, as an aside about the Forbes 30 under 30. You know, there's like not a running joke because it's not funny, that a lot of people who are on Forbes 30 under 30 end up getting in trouble with the law for like fibbing the numbers of their startup or like going to jail. Yeah, for like financial crimes.
So it's a good thing.
So it's a good thing
that we weren't on.
Not that we have any reason.
Yeah, look, we're
cooking the gossip books.
Yeah, the finances for this business sure are under a lot of scrutiny these days. In that we could use some money.
Someone pay us.
So,
I got to say something else about the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Did you see Paul George was like stuck in the celebration for the Eagles?
Can you explain this to me? I didn't until
he's in his car and he's just driving, but it looks like he's just like stuck trying to leave the game, I'm assuming.
Was he at the game or is he just like driving
through
Philadelphia?
But he's in the car by himself. And then there's just a bunch of people around him kind of yelling at him.
Oh, he looks miserable.
But I mean, I'd be very stressed if there were a bunch of people surrounding my car and I'm trying to leave.
I would also be stressed if I played for a team in Philadelphia that was certainly not going to win a championship, watching another team in Philadelphia on the way to the Super Bowl.
It's the closest he'll get.
Yeah, it's being stuck in traffic at the Eagles celebration is the closest to a championship that Paul George will get in Philadelphia, unfortunately, probably.
100%. Yes.
Kind of mean, but like, what were you thinking, 76ers?
Come on.
I also have to say there were some amazing NFL fits this weekend.
So
Matt
good.
Collins on the Bills. This was like the perfect intersection of my interests, Madeline. He dressed up as Animal from the Muppets. Noted Muppet fan, Charlotte Weiler. I saw that. My husband was like, what is he dressed as? I was like, Animal from the Muppets, obviously.
Like, duh.
I was like, you can't clock that. He even had the bare feet, which is true to character.
I want to know how far in advance he preps these outfits.
It's a great question.
Because does he have a stylist helping him? Does he have an assistant helping him? Because like he had to get like costume pieces basically.
Yeah, he had the head. Full like mascot head of an animal.
Right.
Unless he was this for Halloween one year and just had it lying around.
I love that. Love someone who reuses and recycles. That's good. Good for the environment.
It would be more impressive if he just procured it within a week.
That would be impressive. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to know how far in advance he preps this stuff. Just saying.
Well, if anyone knows. If you're Matt Collins' stylist and he came, can you imagine being a stylist? And they're like, okay, so we've got this really nice Tom Brown suit we're thinking. And he's like, no, hear me out. Animal from the Muppets. And
you're like, that's the brief.
Speaking of Tom Brown.
Oh, yes.
Travis Kelsey wore Tom Brown.
He did. He wore a tan suit, which is a choice. But I think he looked good.
Thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama. Oh,
Remember when Obama wore the tan suit?
Oh, my God, the controversial tan suit.
Huge deal.
I think it worked on. I think it worked on Travis.
Yeah, I do too.
I think it works.
One thing I will say is the Tom Brown suit cut, which is purposely shorter in length and tighter in fit.
Yeah.
I think Travis looks very good in a classic like 1950s style pleated pant.
Yes.
Which was what Jalen Hurts, quarterback for the Eagles, wore. True. He had and a beret as well, which was little je ne sais quoi, if you know what I mean.
Oui, oui.
I thought he looked great, and so I think that I don't know. I feel like if you're a tall, broad guy, you can really like close it, drape nicely. Or good.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right.
Just my 2 cents.
Freestyling advice from Charlotte Wilder here.
Look, what can I say? What else?
Well, switching gears a little bit. American Madison Keys won the Australian Open.
Down under.
She really defied the odds. She beat the number 1 and number 2 players to win, which is incredible. I mean,
yeah, especially because everyone was like, she's done.
She's done. Yeah. I think, didn't she have some injuries or something?
Last year she was injured. She changed her coaching staff. It's a hard one.
That's
Bjorn,
hard.
Her husband, Bjorn, she convinced to be her coach.
Yeah.
And she was, I think I interviewed her in 2017 because she was world number 7 and it was like, is this the next great American hope?
Yeah.
And then she just never got to that height again.
Yeah.
And in her speech she was like, I didn't think I'd get here when she won. And it's just so cool.
It's great.
She's 30 to see someone where she was like, I thought this was over.
Yeah.
But my team believed in me. And her husband's crying. I started tearing up.
I love it. I saw in a post-match interview that she also said like she had, because of all the hurdles and obstacles she had to overcome, she basically was like, I had kind of accepted like this would never happen for me. And then she got it. She got a Grand Slam.
Is that like when you like this actually happened to someone I know? He was like, I'm going to quit my job. I'm over it. He'd wanted this promotion for the whole time he had worked at this company. And he decides he's going to quit. And he would tell his boss in like a month.
Yeah.
And a week later, his boss called him in and was like, hey, so we're going to give you a massive pay raise and a promotion.
What?
Something like when you just like, you're like not trying anymore. And then you get it.
Yeah.
She was still trying. She was
definitely trying very hard. But I do feel like she probably had done some mental work to kind of release herself from the pressure almost.
Yes.
Just to be like, whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to get this. So then maybe because she was like probably a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, that she was like, I'm going to, whatever.
Yeah. I feel like
if
you feel like you're playing with house money at a certain point, it's like, what's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that's going to happen?
I think it's amazing. It was such a cool story. Also, you told me someone who was there?
Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow attended the Australian Open, and they posted this very funny video like from the Australian Open's social media accounts where he's just like, what's up guys, Joe Burrow here at the Australian Open, excited to be here in the sun seeing the top athletes do what they do.
That's the whole video. That's the whole video.
And I love it because I'm like, did the Australian Tourism Board pay him to come? He didn't post anything about it on his Instagram, but I'm like, did he buy his, did he just want to go?
I love that he did this during the AFC and NFC. He's like, I have to leave the country. Yeah. He's like, it is not enough to simply turn off my television.
Yeah,
I can't be in America when other people besides me are playing for a championship.
He also probably needs some vitamin D.
Big time.
He's in Cincinnati. It's cold. He's like, give me some Australian sun.
I would like some fruit. No more of the Skyline chili.
No, give me a couple flat whites.
My stomach's a little off. His hair actually looks like he might, I don't know if it's just the sun in that video. It looks like he might have gone to a more buttery blonde.
It does look like that.
Because he had the frosted tips and then he was letting them grow out. But it looks like he started. Did he dye his hair again?
I don't know, but Joe Burrow is on vacation. This is I am on PTO. Email set.
My company had a bit of a setback this year, so I'm taking some time.
Taking some PTO.
I like his shirt. He's wearing a cool polo.
Yeah, and he's got some cool sunglasses on, some rectangular sunglasses. Anyways, he seems like he had the time of his life. I'm guessing.
I'm happy for him.
Good for him.
He should. If I were Joe Burrow, I might just stay there through the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
because there's some NFL players who will go to the week before and go to all the parties
But
I think that if I were Joe, where I'd gotten to a Super Bowl before, I had this unbelievable year, but my team, we just couldn't get it done, couldn't get to the playoffs. I think it might be a little too soon. Like the wound might be a little fresh to go watch other people do it.
No, just stay in Australia.
Yeah,
go fly to New Zealand while you're there. Do a little bungee jumping. Just do something. Go see Lord. I don't know. Find Lord. She's from New Zealand.
Have you been to New Zealand?
No, I haven't. I would like to go to New Zealand though.
I would too. Flight seems a little long.
It seems long.
I get a little bit freaked out. I'm like, I'd have to get a plane for 16.
It's far. Hours. It's far.
My cousin recently went though. She said it was absolutely beautiful.
I would love to go.
Same.
New Zealand Tourism Board.
Oh my God, don't. New Zealand, come on the podcast.
Go on the pod.
We'd love to chat with you.
We'll talk about rugby.
I have been working on my Australian accent because I saw Margot Robbie. I'm not going to do it.
Please do it.
No, because it's not there yet.
Oh, it's not there yet.
No, I'm not ready.
Oh, what are you prepping it for?
This podcast when I feel good. Look, people listen to this. Madeline,
I know people
I can't be out there not doing a good.
All right, fair enough.
But I did hear Margot Robbie during the Barbie promo tour. She said that Australian, American accents are much harder because you're doing a lot with your mouth. Yeah. But Australian accents, it's just sort of your mouth is sort of wide the whole time. And so I've been practicing.
Are you practicing in the mirror at home?
Not in the mirror, but at home.
Okay. All right.
Can I tell you something embarrassing?
Please.
One time, I have this secret dream that I could do stand up.
Okay.
And I wrote a tight 5 at one point.
Wait.
But it's not.
Do it.
I'm way better improv wise, going back and forth. But standing up there by myself, I just start laughing. I've never done it. I don't know. But one time,
you should do it.
My husband fell asleep while we were watching a movie or watching stand up, and I got inspired. And I started practicing, the window turned into a mirror and got reflective. And I started practicing, and my husband wakes up as I'm on the mic, as I'm using a spatula as a mic. He wakes up to hear me go, "So, got any other only children out there?" And he has not ever let me live it down. So if I ever had a stand-up show, I would walk out and I would go, "So, got any other only children out there?"
That's your opening?
And then move on and not address it for the rest of the show.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, there's not much.
I don't even know what to say. Well, I would love to see you do stand-up. I will gladly come and sit front row, and I'll laugh at everything. But
well, thank you so much.
I feel like I could come up with a type 5. I don't think it would be good, but I feel like I
think
could do it
would be good. But I feel like I
would
feel
just
like
have
we should just go up there together and riff because I feel like
we could.
That I'm better at that. Like the structure of a joke, I'm like I think I could do it, but
no. Wow. Yeah. I don't even know what to say. I'm shocked. I'm shocked, but also not shocked to knowing you. I'm gonna have to talk to Tyler about this.
It's really bad. He was he was laughing. I've never seen someone go from waking up to laughing that quickly.
I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
Anyways,
so good for Madison Keys.
Good for Madison Keys.
There was a blockbuster WNBA trade.
Oh my God! What
over the weekend?
Okay.
Madeline. I don't think a trade like this has ever happened before. It involved 2 former #1 picks.
Whoa.
In a 3-team trade, the Las Vegas Aces acquired Seattle Storm guard Jewell Loyd. Mm-hmm. The Aces sent guard Kelsey Plum to the Los Angeles Sparks. And then the Storm are also getting the #2 pick in the 2025 WNBA draft.
Whoa.
And forward Lee Yarou from the Sparks. And a bunch of other picks, blah, 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 whatever. What is very interesting to me about this is that it has so many big names, but then the implications for the draft this coming year, where Paige Bueckers, who's at UConn, and Olivia Miles at Notre Dame are, Paige is expected to be #1, but in the draft lottery, the Dallas Wings got the number 1 pick. And Paige, there's rumors that she doesn't want to play there so much so that she might pull what is known as an Eli Manning. Because when Eli Manning was to be drafted and was the consensus number 1 pick overall, he publicly said, and the Chargers had the number 1 pick, he publicly said he didn't want to play for the Chargers. So they traded Eli they picked him, traded him to the Giants. And so if Paige, she might have enough star power to be like, I don't want to play there. And then what is the team going to do? You're going to take someone who says they don't want to play there?
Why does she not want to play there?
I don't know.
She just doesn't want to.
It's just not the vibe. I guess.
I mean, that is a bold move, but I respect it. If she publicly says that would be iconic.
So hear me out.
Okay.
If the Wings took Olivia Miles one, now the Storm could get Paige too. She would be reunited with former teammate Nika Mule, who has some of the most incredible tunnel fits in the WNBA.
Iconic. So good.
Just a lot of intrigue here.
Okay, I'm for that. I see that playing out, but Paige has to speak publicly then, right?
Yeah.
To get a little fire under the
old hot
good
seat.
Old Dallas. Get that trade working.
So obviously people know that WNBA salaries are lower than the NBA salaries, and there is a collective bargaining agreement coming up where hopefully those numbers go way up, because but knowing all that, hearing this number.
Yeah.
So the Aces designated Kelsey Plum as their core player on January 11th, which comes with a 1-year Supermax qualifying offer. The Supermax in the WNBA, Madeline, $249,244.
Be serious.
You hear Supermax, and because you're used to the numbers swirling around, you're like $500 million.
Correct.
$249,000.
That is crazy. Pay these women more money. That's crazy.
Absolutely absurd. Obviously, everybody knows that. We need to pay more.
Pay more.
It's coming up, but
just pay them more. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Should be higher.
Absurd.
That's crazy. Come on.
Same job.
WNBA. Let's go.
Come on.
Give them some money.
Anyway, so that was very exciting in the WNBA world.
In the NBA world.
Yes.
There's more drama with the Miami Heat.
Hoo-hoo.
The Miami Heat have suspended Jimmy Butler indefinitely, which is something I didn't even know that they were allowed to do.
I cannot remember this happening.
I feel like the Players Association is going to have a field day with that one.
Yes, big time.
So what's going on?
I feel like at this point, it's like everybody, the two most stubborn people in basketball, probably Pat Riley, who is the, mafia don of the Miami Heat, for lack of a better description, and Jimmy Butler, who has, obnoxious his way out of enough contracts.
Yeah.
They are meeting each other at what they do best. And they said that they suspended him because he was coming off of a 2-game suspension for missing a team flight. And then apparently in practice on Monday, the Heat told Jimmy that Haywood Highsmith, who's a player on the Heat, who I think has the best name in basketball, would be starting over Jimmy, and Jimmy would be coming off the bench. Jimmy walks out of practice, and the Heat are like, okay, suspended indefinitely. And I feel like we're at the point where have you ever gotten into a fight or got to where it extends and elaborates to the point where you don't even know what you're fighting about anymore?
It feels like that.
I think they're fighting about fighting and who can fight better at this point.
Right. No, it does feel like that. And I feel like the Heat saying that to him was just, they were like, we just want to tick him off more so we have an excuse to suspend him. Because this Haywood guy, should he be starting?
Not over Jimmy
Right.
Butler.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. To me, it feels like they're just like, man, let's just mess with him so that we can have an excuse to suspend him indefinitely for kind of no reason. Why are we fighting?
Because we're just both mad at each other. And we're mad that I think each party is mad that the other party is good at this.
Right.
Heat culture, they're like, you deserve that. We only the best team playing.
Yeah.
It's like this sort of up its own ass, okay, we get it. Heat culture, what have you done for me lately? Right. And Jimmy, who's also like, well, I'm the one who gets to piss people off. It's like they're just in a stalemate of who can be more difficult.
It's like when you get in a fight with your partner and it's about something kind of innocuous. It's like you didn't load the dishwasher properly and you just start a fight about it, but there's no reason. And then you're like, why are we fighting about this? But then you're like, we're both going to double down on this really pointless fight and just continue it because we can.
Because God forbid one of you lose.
Right.
That's what's going on.
That's what's going on. That's what's going on.
Pretty simple.
And so right now, okay, the Heat have suspended him indefinitely. Has Jimmy Butler said anything?
I don't think so as of this recording, but this suspension, it would be at least 5 games, which would go through the February 6th trade deadline. So to me, this feels like we're getting rid of him.
Yeah, right.
I do think it's interesting, though, what it says about Jimmy's, like, another team is going to take him because he's good enough.
Right.
And there's something that I like about sports where even if a situation isn't probably the best one for you or for the team or whatever, like, people can convince themselves of anything.
100%. They totally can.
You know, it's like, I feel like most of sports trades, sometimes it works out, sometimes it's great, but a lot of the time it's like a relationship where one person is going, oh, I can fix him. I can fix him.
I can fix him.
And then, like, most of the time they can't, but like sometimes, you know, even people who are the guy that everyone's like, I can fix him, they get married sometimes too.
They do get married.
So sometimes it works out.
Sometimes it works out. Well, I wish Jimmy Butler the best. I really do. I hope he gets what he wants, which he probably will.
Yeah.
Which is to leave. I mean, I don't think he's mad to be suspended indefinitely. He's like, cool, I can go make some more cappuccinos.
Yeah.
With my coffee business.
Big face coffee, baby.
Yeah, he'll be fine. And then also, speaking of Jimmy Butler, just some side news related to this podcast.
Oh.
Actually. One of our listeners made Jimmy Butler a cake.
Oh, I saw. Gabby Scalzo.
Yes, she made a cake for him, and I'm sure it was so good. She made us a cake, and it was truly the best cake I've ever had.
I think I've now, since then, I also had a cake made for a family function. Gabby's cakes are unbelievable. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Great looking, but you know how you get a cute cake, and then you eat it, and you're like, this doesn't taste good? Gabby's cakes taste amazing.
They're so good.
Seeing the pictures of Jimmy... with her and the cake. It was so cute.
It was great. Gabby, congratulations.
Congrats, Gabby.
And I'm sure Jimmy Butler loved the cake.
Definitely.
It was probably a good distraction from all this trade drama.
Yeah.
A little sweet treat.
It probably tasted good with a cup of his coffee.
Ooh.
Also, like, never mind.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Cool.
Oh, boy. Madeline. This is a name that we haven't said in a hot minute.
What?
But who always performs well for us on social media.
I think I know who you're going to say.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Okay.
He might be on the hot seat.
I mean, isn't he always on the hot seat? I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
He is in a sauna sweating out some of his demons right now.
What did he do Enigma.
Now? Well, so the Jets have a new coach. They have a new general manager. Aaron Glenn, who was the defensive coordinator for the Lions. The Jets hired him as their new coach. And Darren Mogi, not really sure how you say that name, to be perfectly frank with you, new general manager. They made it pretty clear, like, this is a new era for the Jets in terms of how they deal with Aaron Rodgers. Remember how with Aaron Rodgers, it was like everybody but him got fired?
Yeah.
This seems to be, they're like, we're not doing that.
Oh.
And so here's new coach Aaron Glenn. This thing is not about Aaron Rodgers, folks. The folks there is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yes.
We plan on building the best roster that we can. So whatever that may be, guard, tackle, defensive tackle, that's what we're evaluating.
Quarterback?
Yeah. Guard, tackle.
He's saying every position besides quarterback.
And apparently Aaron said that he'd like be open to taking a pay cut. I mean, this man seems like he's a little bit... He sees the writing on the wall.
He sees the writing on the wall, but here's the thing. He's doing anything he can to still stay employed, even if it means taking a pay cut.
Which is exactly what we need.
That's what we want.
Your original Aaron Rodgers take.
Yeah. Keep him employed so he doesn't start a podcast.
Even though, you know, something that's interesting is some players who are currently active do have podcasts.
Yes. Nothing wrong with a player podcast.
I'm just
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm impressed that he hasn't done it anyway.
Well, don't even plant the seed further.
We can't.
It can't happen. Can't happen. Keep him playing football.
The stability of America is not.
It's riding
on Aaron Rodgers not having a podcast.
No, it is.
But we can have one.
We can have one.
So that's just a fun little update there.
Wow. Well, in other coaching news, we talked about this last week. The Cowboys have a new coach, and it is not Deion Sanders.
No.
Like you thought.
Not Colorado head coach Deion Sanders, who played for the Cowboys, close with owner Jerry Jones, who is our favorite thespian on this show. If you know, you know. If you don't, go back and listen to older episodes. Jerry Jones hired a guy named Brian Schottenheimer.
Okay.
He was the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys under Coach Mike McCarthy, where they didn't come to a contract agreement. McCarthy's out. Now, Brian is the head coach.
Yeah.
Brian's a Nepo baby. Brian's dad is Marty Schottenheimer.
Okay.
Who was a longtime NFL player, coach, legendary. His coaching tree, like every name in the NFL, like once coached for, I mean, not really, but like close to it.
Yeah.
And Brian is 50.
Okay.
And people thought that he'd sort of missed his window to be a head coach. Jerry Jones gave an hour-long press conference about this hire. That was the most defensive press conference I have ever heard. Madeline, can I read you some of these quotes?
Please.
He goes, I get my proverbial ass kicked over needing people in my comfort zone, Jones said, without this thing being about me in any way, which is exactly what you say when something's about to be about you.
Correct.
If you don't think I can operate outside my comfort zone, you are so wrong. This, he said, pointing to Brian Schottenheimer, the guy he just hired as a coach, is as big a risk as you can take. No head coaching experience.
I feel like if my new boss said that about me, I'd be like, why?
It'd be like, well, why'd you
hire me?
So then he goes, because fans might see it. Fans are pissed, basically. They're like, why did you hire this guy? Jerry goes, what I would say to you is that I got here taking risks and not shoddy shots. I got here taking shots. This was risky. This is risky. But by the same token, how often can you take a risk when someone has had almost 30 years of being around coaches, of being around players? He's talking about Brian Schottenheimer at this point.
He's like, this guy's around.
He's like, this guy's been around stuff. He had a dad, you know? Then he goes, he goes, that's 2/3 of his life. And then the rest of it, growing up in an NFL-oriented family, I'm all in here.
Well, what do we know about Jerry Jones? It's all about family. Always. If we know anything from his monologue on Landman, it's all about family.
The whole point is working with your kids.
So
he was like, well, this guy,
it's a legacy.
As I said, this guy has a dad. He had a football dad, so he's now going to be my football son. Can you imagine having Jerry Jones as your boss?
No, I cannot. It'd be insane.
And then he introduces you by saying, about as big a risk as I can take.
Like, well, here we go. We'll see.
Yeah. Rolling the dice on this one, folks.
I love it. How long do you think this guy's going to last?
A year.
Yeah, a year.
Maybe less.
And then maybe Deion Sanders will come back.
Yeah, maybe that's...
Oh.
Okay, maybe.
What?
Deion was like, look, I made a whole big deal about not leaving Colorado.
Yeah.
So I can't leave Colorado this year.
Give me another year.
Give me a year. And Jerry's like, okay, I'm going to pick someone that we can push off a cliff in like a good 6 months.
And no one will even remember him. No one's going to care.
Yeah, no one will know that he was head coach. Brian. Right. He's like, Brian, what are you up to? Are you around?
Not that much.
Yeah. Can I offer you a promotion? And then he's just like he's a sacrificial hire.
100%. I think
look, if we're right about this, I did say this. I said
you heard it here first.
I said this about the Deion hire. I said he's going to be hired. I'd be shocked if he weren't the head coach. That wasn't correct, but maybe this will be correct.
Yeah.
And then in 6 months to a year, we can clip this and look like we saw the future.
Yeah. Heard it here first, folks. Wow.
Should we end on? I feel conflicted about this, Mount, because
what?
Every week I am on Instagram and I see Bill Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, out there posting.
She's always be posting.
Have you ever seen anyone post more aggressively? Since Bill got the job as the head coach of UNC.
She is posting up a storm. Jordan is posting up a storm.
So at this point, I'm sort of like, what do you even say? Like this, she posted a bunch of pictures from a run-up pageant to Miss USA.
I don't know what's going on.
I do know though.
What?
That there was a picture of Bill Belichick meeting the #1 recruit in this kid's home.
Yes.
And he's wearing that Argyle tie. Bill is his first recruiting trip. It's in front of a stone fireplace. They've got Paul Feinbaum's show on ESPN on in the background.
Gotta love it.
Really
Okay.
interesting choice for framing that picture.
I don't know why is it on in the background?
Madeline, Bill at this point is so embarrassing to me that I forget that he even won 1 Super Bowl, let alone 8. It's like, what is he doing? Like this
photo?
This man's legacy was wrapped up, nice bow.
I know. What does he do? Well, he's doing what everyone does when they get out of a long-term relationship. He had a
Go coach UNC.
He had a long-term relationship with the Patriots.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of losing it a little bit, I think. He's having like not a midlife crisis. He's having a later in life crisis.
He's having a late life
and
crisis.
I feel like that's what happens when you get out of this long-term relationship he had with the Patriots.
He's lost.
He's lost. He's posing in this kid's living room. This photo looks like a photo when a kid has just gotten his driver's license and he's going to get his first car at the dealership. And the guy who is the car salesman is like, let's take a photo together. And then this kid's mom posts it on Facebook and embarrasses their son.
Because the car salesman is like, look, son, if you make it to the NFL, I'm going to need proof that you got your first car here.
Got your Toyota Camry here. That was my first car. So
was it?
Yeah, it was.
It was a nice first car.
Toyota Camrys are good cars. This was a terrible Toyota Camry. It was from Craigslist.
Oh.
Why?
Well, because that's what you did back in the day.
That's what you did. Anyways.
Nice.
But that's what this photo looks like.
No, it does.
Yeah.
That's what's going on there. It has the vibes of, oh God, it's like a grandfather. I don't know. It very, how do you do, fellow kids?
Yes.
It does. And I think too, the relationship analogy is apt here because he hated the Patriots by the end. They hated each other.
Right.
And then there was that whole Apple TV documentary.
Oh my God.
Where they just threw Bill under the bus for 10 episodes.
Correct.
Being like, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
And so he's like, he can't admit that he misses them.
No.
Because he was because it ended so poorly.
Yeah.
But he's standing there in that kid's living room being like, if Bob Kraft, owner of the Patriots, gave me a call right now,
I'm out of here.
I would answer.
I'm getting out of Raleigh-Durham, speeding away.
I think this kid lives in Bill had to go to Nashville
to just pose in their living room.
Do you think Jordan took the picture?
Yes.
Wait, is that a mirror or a doorway?
No, that's someone. That's not the person taking the photo. Yeah, in the background.
I feel like Jordan doesn't leave his side.
No, she's there.
She's recruiting all these kids.
100%.
This is her team.
This is her.
Jordan built this roster.
Hey, I'd be into it.
More power to her.
Yeah. Anyways.
Well, folks.
I think that's all we got.
As Aaron Glenn said, folks.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. We once again have an exciting guest this week.
Yes. Very exciting.
That will come out later this week. A sort of initial Super Bowl preview.
Yeah.
Someone who knows what it's like to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Is all I'll say.
Very exciting.
Very exciting.
And as always, like, subscribe, rate, review. We've seen a lot of new reviews come in, which is so lovely. So thank you.
Thank you
to
so
everyone
much.
who's done that.
Keep telling your friends.
Yep.
And rock and roll, everybody.
Rock and roll. Okay.
Okay, bye.